going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and it's been a while since I've done anything on a GPU, so I figured I'd check out some flux overclocking, and I may have found a setting that's a little bit better. It depends if you have expensive or cheap power, but I think it is a lot more efficient than what we're seeing on hashrate.no. Now, I haven't seen anyone really test Flux for quite some time now, so I figured I'd check it out on my RTX 3070. So here at hashrate.no, medium overclock settings, they're saying to run about 150 megahertz here on the core here, so we're going to run 150. It's saying efficiency rating of 0.5, and it's saying about 134 watts. Now, that is your reported. Due to the fact that we are setting a power limit here of 135, it makes sense that we'd be around 134, 135 software. But the real question is, what are we actually at the wall? So we're going to use that. We're going to go with the core offset here of 150, power limit 135, memory is 0, and we're going to take a look at some hash rates as well as the power consumption. So we are within my HiveOS dashboard with the RTX 3070 Founders Edition. And it looks like we're doing about 62.35 souls at 134 watts reported. Now here you can see your consumption. You can actually change this based on your PSU efficiency and get this number pretty close if you have it set correctly. If you're not sure how to do that, simply go into your worker settings, scroll all the way down, and here you can see power supply unit efficiency percentage. Mine's set at 92. I could do a little bit of tweaking here, but that's where you do set that setting there. Coming back into the overview, if we look at the wall, we're actually using about 171 to 172 watts. My system does use 22 watts when there's no GPU in it, so we do have a souls per watt usage of 0.417 in this case. So I'm going to try some different settings now and see if we can find something a lot more efficient. All right, so I'm going to remove our core clock here, put that down to 0, apply those changes. I'm going to come into my flight sheet, and we're going to set kind of like Caspa settings. I've been playing around with a little bit here. I don't know if you want to see every setting I was trying, but I did find something fairly efficient. So I'm going to paste these in. I'm going to go 1425 on the core clock, so we are locking our core at 1425. I'm going with a memory clock of 5001. Now, I did try 810, which is what we use on Caspa, but it was only getting like 7 to 9 souls, so it's not very good in this case. So I'm going with the 5001. It seems like it does like a little bit more memory there, and obviously a core offset of 300. This is kind of like we've been seeing with a lot of coins here. So what have we been doing here is we're locking our core, and once we lock our core, we can now adjust our core offsets, which before we just had a core offset of plus 150. Now, because we're locking the core, we're actually adjusting the voltage of our core here, and we're bringing it down, which should make us more efficient. And based on previous testing and playing with stuff, I found this to be a nice efficient setting. So we're going to try it. So we're going to go 1425, 5001 memory lock, and then 300 on the core offset. I'm going to apply that, update it. It's going to reset my miner and everything, do its thing, and then we'll go from there once it finally boots up. It's all lagging out on me. What's going on? Anyway, so we're going to come back once we get some hash rates popping up and so on. Okay, and with these overclock settings here, we're doing about 57.68 souls, temperature's 50. Software is telling us about 104 watts, which is right down below our power limit here. I do have this power limit still set, because if we lose overclock settings or something, which we shouldn't, but you never know, sometimes it happens, it won't blow past this number and cause a fire or something. Regardless, we're at 104 watts because that locked core clock is setting our wattage at this point. But at the wall, we are using 137 watts. Subtract our 22 off the system, we are at about 115 watts coming out of this GPU, and this works out to be a souls per mega hash, or a souls per watts, I guess, of 0.501. A lot better than what we were seeing with the previous setting on hashrate.no at 0.4177. So we're definitely a lot more efficient here. Now, obviously, there's a lot more settings you guys can do. I like this setting myself personally because it is a lot more efficient. With more efficiency comes less power. With less power comes less electrical costs. And then the more expensive your power, you want to run more and more efficient. Let me know what kind of overclocks you guys are setting. Again, I did test various ones amounts, which I obviously didn't show here because I just went down to one of the most efficient settings I did find. So hopefully this kind of helps you with your overclock. And let me know what you guys are running down in the comment section below. Quick video here. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.